Why hello, why hello there, and welcome to Haunted Hills Mountain Bike Park near Moe in southeast Victoria. Now what's going to happen is that this video is going to be divided up into different parts. This is introduction and climbing trails, just so you can better navigate the park. So the first climbing trail you want is this H35 conveyor, so the green one. This is one of the climbing options to get you higher up into the park, so then you can actually do the descents. Pretty much Haunted Hills is a flow and jump park. Well, there are a few technical options, but considering that yesterday while riding around at Marysville Pines, that's actually technical. This is more laid back, doing dirt jumps with the bro sort of thing. Like there's a pump track with a skull and crossbones in the middle of it. And the other great thing is that you can see, especially on this part, the entire valley. So while I'm riding up this green conveyor trail, I've pretty much got constant sight of where my car is. I can see the trailhead, and the trailhead also has shaded seating for summer. It has toilets, it has a bike repair station, it has water. There's plenty of seats around the park. Like in terms of amenities, this has to be one of the highest graded trail systems for that. And after doing some reconnaissance, hence why I know my way around the park, a lot of these trails are in really good condition. Granted, you can't keep a corner like this entirely spick and span, but everything's in great condition. Like, look at that glorious view. Outstanding. All right, so I'll show you where the H350 conveyor goes. So after doing Haunted Thrills at the top of where that conveyor was, I'm now going down this trail called Casper. The green trails are green descents. The green climbs are really good. Like, you can bring your kids here on their tiny little 1x6 mountain bikes and they're gonna go all right. And this is actually the ending to a descent trail that's further up, which we'll double back around to. But for the most part, you can use Casper after you come off Haunted Thrills as a bit of an overrun, and it allows you to start climbing back up towards the other conveyor, which we're going to need for a lot more of the trails here at Haunted Hills. Majority of the trails fall under this sort of sandy, loose on hard pack surface, with a few of the corners of course being very well packed in. There are some rocky parts, but very far and in between. So this is the shortcut to get onto the blue H350 conveyor. But if you're a Boy Scout, you go to the end of Casper, then you turn around, then you come onto this. And pretty similar to the first conveyor trail in this video, it is a switchback climb. We'll take this conveyor trail up to the top, and then we can really get some guide going. So we've just finished the blue H350 conveyor, and we're presented with this Vertebrae. Whoever designed this park has a good sense of humor, because Vertebrae, of course, being the backbone, this serves as the backbone really of the park, because off to the right is that open valley with all the jump lines and flow lines. You can easily see your car and the pump track. While to the left here, this is where we start getting into the much better blue and black diamond trails at the park. Now there's one thing I need to address with this video. I won't be filming the black diamonds. Not as a cop-out, but a majority of the black diamond trails are really good jump trails. Double step up, step downs, tabletops, really excellent berms. And I have ridden 2 of them, but the problem is that I can't jump and I can't do it justice. So rather than filming some black diamond trails, which is just going to look terrible to people that actually know how to use a dirt jump route enduro bike, yeah, I'm just not going to film them. Sorry if you're expecting extensive trail guides on the jump trails, but I'll just confuse you and depress you rather than being informative. But what we have here is another important junction. Off to the right, that's last rights. That will get us back towards the valley. If we head over to the left here, what we have is the little trailhead for a majority of the blue and black trails you want to do here at Haunted Hills. Now this is all of course stage 1, so the stage 2 on the map I'll briefly touch on as we go up the climb for a trail called Bogeyman. But again, let's go down some blue trails. In the Haunted Hills Canon, I've just completed the turbine guide. Hence why I'm a bit out of breath in the Garmin, showing that I'm in the orange zone a bit. But when you do a majority of the trails over to the left of that upper trail junction, you need to climb your way back up. And you come along here to the left of where you exit, and you come along this trail called Gravedigger. So you can see a lot of no entry, no entry, no entry. Those are all the descents. You have plenty of descents to keep you entertained here. And again, another no entry. Pretty sure that's the green grade descent on this side. The Bogeyman will get you back up to the top and towards the bottom of Vertebrae. There is a second climbing trail called Electric Nightmare. So that's a blue grade, and it's a lot more enclosed, a lot steeper, and has tighter switchbacks on the climb. So comparatively, Bogeyman is longer. It does lead into Vertebrae, which is a long road climb with a heck of a lot of boringness. But with Bogeyman, you're rewarded with pretty stunning views of the entire valley. You're a lot more in the open, so on some days we want a bit of wind to cool you off after a long descent, or you want some wind to cool you off as you're climbing up. It's good for this. If you don't like tighter switchbacks and steeper climbs, then this becomes a pretty favorable option. Honestly, I'm a bit more of a fan of going up Electric Nightmare, but at the same time, if you go so far over to the left on these side of the trails, you're probably going to be climbing up Bogeyman. But just to be informative, being Australian, I feel very vulnerable right now. I don't know if a swoop attack's about to happen. Still climbing up Vertebrae. Off to the right is what they're calling stage 2 of the Haunted Hills mountain bike trails. Now, I'm too much of a Boy Scout to go out there and break onto them, but as of July 2023, they're not open. They're within the valley, so you can see where your car is at all times, and of course you're pretty close to help if you need to. But obviously there's a lot more berms, there's a lot more rollers. I can see a stretch of rock garden that just goes straight down some hairpins. There's a wooden box skinny. So look out for stage 2. That will be up and coming hopefully in a few months. It looks pretty close to completion, and it all links into the first stage of the valley run. What was that? Oh shit. Well, I suppose that's it. That's all the GoPro guide I could do for Haunted Hills now. I'll just climb up, damn it. Maybe that's why I call it that. I'll just quickly tell you about Electric Nightmare. That was going to be the last part of the introduction to Haunted Hills and the climbing trails. So essentially with Electric Nightmare, a lot of the Black Diamond grade descending trails, so Jesus, Red Rum, I forget what the other black one is that comes off Red Rum, and of course the blue flow trail Voodoo, they all finish pretty closely to where Electric Nightmare is. Electric Nightmare, of course, has pretty tight switchback climbing. The grading's a bit steeper than what Bogeyman is. So if you do like a good scenic switchback climb, well, the scenery is pretty similar to this actually. Sees them have to doing climbing. And there's little creatures along the way. Like there's a demon mask, a voodoo doll made out of black and white rope. The climb trail's definitely got a lot of character. That feeds you back into the top of the trail network, so then you can climb up to the very top, go along Vertebrae, and then go down Slayer. I can't believe I've blown another spoke while on holidays doing GoPro guides. All right, so until next time, keep riding, stay awesome, and do your damn bike maintenance so you don't end up like me.